Welcome back to Throttle Tribe. Today, we're counting down 15 of the best long-distance motorcycles ever made, built for comfort, made to last, and ready to ride forever. Number 15, Honda Gold Wing GL1800. Let's kick things off with the undisputed champ of long-distance rides, the Honda Gold Wing GL1800. This thing isn't just a motorcycle, it's a full-blown touring machine. You're getting a smooth-as-silk flat-six engine that barely produces a vibration, even when cruising at highway speeds all day long. This beast comes loaded with features that most cars don't even offer: built-in GPS, Apple CarPlay, heated grips, heated seats, and yes, an actual airbag. No joke. The seat feels like your favorite recliner, and with cruise control on, you're basically just guiding it down the road. Perfect for those 200-mile days when you want to zone out and watch the countryside roll by. You can easily get around 400 miles on a single tank depending on how hard you twist the throttle. And here's the kicker. This bike is so well balanced that once you're moving it feels much lighter than it actually is. There are riders out there who've clocked over 500,000 miles on one of these, still running the original engine, just regular oil changes and a lifetime of stories. If that doesn't scream reliability, I don't know what does. Like what you're hearing? Smash that like button, subscribe, and join our growing biker community for more awesome rides. If the Gold Wing is your highway hotel, the next bike is your go-anywhere, do-anything adventure crime partner, the one that laughs at maps and weather reports. But before we dive into that, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more unbeatable motorcycle content and deals. Number 14, BMW R1250 GS Adventure. Enter the Swiss Army knife of motorcycles, the BMW R1250 GS Adventure. This isn't just a long-distance machine, it's a go-anywhere, do-anything globe-trotting beast. From smooth highways to gnarly gravel roads, this bike devours terrain like it's nothing. At the heart of this adventure, Titan is BMW's 1254cc boxer engine, equipped with shift-cam technology. That means torque when you need it, smooth power delivery when you don't, and surprising fuel efficiency for a bike of this size. With its massive 7.9-gallon or 30-liter tank, you're looking at up to 600 miles of range. Yeah, you heard that right, 600 miles. And it's loaded with high-end tech hill start control, cornering ABS, dynamic ESA, and an adaptive ride mode that fine-tunes suspension settings on the fly based on terrain and riding style. Want real-world proof? A rider named Herbert Schwartz literally took his R1250 GS Adventure around the world. Multiple continents, countless conditions. This bike isn't theory, it's tested, proven, and trusted by global adventurers. The upright riding position is incredibly comfortable, especially for riders tackling long-distance journeys without wrecking their backs. It's big, it's capable, and it's built like a tank. Now, if that sounds a little too high-tech for your taste, don't worry. Coming up next is a machine with old-school American attitude and a rumble you can feel in your chest. Number 13, Harley-Davidson Road Glide Limited. This right here is pure American muscle, wrapped in chrome and leather. The Harley-Davidson Road Glide Limited is the kind of bike you ride when you want to feel every mile in the best way possible. Its frame-mounted shark nose fairing slices through the wind like butter, keeping the ride stable even in heavy crosswinds. Under the tank, you've got the Milwaukee 8 114 engine delivering deep, rich power and that classic Harley torque. It pulls like a freight train. This is a full-on touring setup, hard saddlebags, a top trunk, an advanced infotainment system, and a big plush passenger seat. It's built for the long haul, no question. The fuel range? Around 370 miles, give or take. Not the highest on this list, but enough to stretch out a full day's ride with gas to spare. Now let's talk downsides. She's heavy, over 900 pounds wet. If you drop it in the driveway, you'll need a plan, and maybe a neighbor. And if you're coming from something lighter or more agile, the low-speed handling takes some getting used to. It's not flickable, but that's not what it's made for. Once you get rolling, the Road Glide Limited settles in like a Cadillac on two wheels. Smooth, confident, timeless. And if you're all about that big American cruiser vibe, but want something with sharper edges and a whole different kind of ride feel, stick around. Because if you think this bike is impressive, just wait until you see what's coming up next. Number 12, Yamaha FJR 1300. The Yamaha FJR 1300 is like that quiet guy in the corner who turns out to be an iron-butt legend, sport touring at its finest. It's fast, it's smooth, and it'll rack up serious miles without a single complaint. Powered by a bulletproof 1298cc inline-4 engine, the FJR is responsive without being twitchy. It delivers strong, linear power, making highway cruising effortless, and overtakes a breeze. It comes with a shaft drive, so there's no chain maintenance, no mess, no fuss. Just hop on and ride. You're looking at around 400 miles per tank, which is more than enough for a full day of riding, with gas stops exactly where you want them. Comfort and convenience are top-notch. The FGR features an electronically adjustable windscreen, adjustable suspension, heated grips, and cruise control, checking off all the boxes for long-distance comfort. But it's not perfect. It can feel a bit top-heavy at low speeds, so parking lot U-turns might get a little sweaty until you get the hang of it. And while it's sporty, the styling leans toward the conservative side. It doesn't scream for attention, but maybe that's the point. This bike is a workhorse with the heart of a jet engine and the reliability of a Toyota truck. And if that makes you think solid and sensible, just wait, because the next bike dials it way back to basics. One cylinder, no frills, just pure old-school survival instinct. And speaking of instinct, has yours told you to subscribe yet? Or like the video? Whether it has or hasn't, do it anyway. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Now let's get back to it. Number 11, Kawasaki KLR 650. Alright, here's a legend that just won't quit, the Kawasaki KLR 650. If the Yamaha FJR is a sport touring scalpel, then the KLR is a crowbar. It's not fast, it's not fancy, but it'll go anywhere and always have your back. This machine has been dragging riders through deserts, jungles, mountain trails, and forgotten back roads since the 1980s. Its 652cc single-cylinder engine is about as simple and reliable as it gets. Air-cooled, fuel-efficient, and built like a tractor. You'll squeeze out around 400 miles on a full tank without breaking a sweat. The best part? This baby is cheap to buy, cheap to fix, and parts are literally everywhere. Drop it, pick it up, break something, duct tape it, and keep going. It's the kind of bike you take on a trip where the roads disappear and you don't even flinch. Now let's be real. The trade-off is vibration. A lot of vibration. Especially at highway speeds, the KLR isn't what you'd call refined. Long freeway rides can feel like sitting on a jackhammer after a couple of hours. But if you want a bike that laughs in the face of fancy electronics, ride-by-wire, and fragile plastic, this is it. It's a true adventure warrior. And speaking of bikes with character, guess what happens when Italian charm meets real-world adventure? Loving this one? Hold on tight, the next one is going to blow you away. Number 10, Moto Guzzi 585 TT. The Moto Guzzi 585 TT is a mid-weight adventure bike with Italian soul and a nostalgic twist. It's got that vintage rally bike look, but don't let the retro styling fool you. This machine is packed with modern features. Powered by an 853cc air-cooled V-twin mounted sideways in true Moto Guzzi fashion, the V85 TT delivers torque right where you need it, and a sound that'll make you grin under your helmet. You can't imagine how smooth and easy it rides until you're actually on it. It comes equipped with cruise control, multiple ride modes, traction control, and even shaft drive for low maintenance. And with a fuel range of nearly 400 miles, this thing can cruise scenic backroads all day long before even thinking about a gas stop. Now here's the fun part. Moto Guzzi hand-assembles their engines in Mandello del Lario, Italy, at the same factory they've used since 1921. So when you're riding a V85 TT, you're not just riding a bike, you're riding a piece of motorcycle history. Now the downside? It's not the fastest. If you're coming from something with big horsepower, the V85 TT can feel a bit underpowered, especially when fully loaded. And some taller riders might find the windscreen a bit short for serious highway blasts. But man, it makes up for it in charm. And if you're craving something with more muscle and a triple-cylinder growl, just wait until you see what the Brits are cooking up next. Number 9, Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Explorer. Alright guys, this one's a heavyweight champ with a stiff upper lip. The Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Explorer. It's British, bold, and built to cross continents without flinching. Triumph dropped their T-plane triple engine into this beast and it absolutely rips. It delivers low-end torque like a twin-cylinder, top-end power like a four-cylinder, and a sound that means serious business. Comfort? Oh yeah. Heated seats, heated grips, adaptive cruise control, blind spot radar, and an electronically adjustable windscreen. This thing's more loaded than most trucks. Thanks to that massive 7.9-gallon tank, you're looking at over 500 miles of range. That's iron butt territory right out of the box. Handling is surprisingly sharp for a bike this size. Triumph really dialed in the balance. But let's be real. In parking lot maneuvers or tight trails, you'll definitely feel the weight. The electronics are great when they work, but you better hope they keep working. Still, for a modern luxury tourer with some grit, the Tiger 1200 hits a sweet spot. And if you're thinking, all this new tech is cool, but what about a proven classic that's been winning over riders for decades? Well, if this bike caught your eye, you won't believe what's next on the list. Number 8. Suzuki V-Strom 1050DE. Now here's a name that's been around the block and back again. The Suzuki V-Strom 1050DE is all about getting the job done. It's like that one reliable buddy who always shows up, never complains, and somehow knows a shortcut that actually works. Powered by a 1037cc V-twin engine that's been refined over the years, it delivers smooth, predictable power across the entire rev range. It's not the fastest bike in the segment, but it's solid and consistent in all the right ways. The V-Strom 1050DE comes equipped with modern tech features like traction control, multiple ride modes, hill hold control, and even a gravel mode, so you can tackle a variety of terrains confidently. It's got enough technology to keep up with the competition, but not so much that you feel like you're piloting a spaceship. You'll get about 420 miles, around 675 kilometers, out of a single tank, depending on how aggressively you ride. That's plenty of range to chew up miles between fuel stops. On the downside, it's a bit tall for shorter riders, and the seat can feel firm after a long day in the saddle. Definitely worth considering an aftermarket upgrade if you're planning serious cross-country trips. But the V-Strom's real strength lies in its legendary reliability. This bike just doesn't quit. If you're into motorcycles that punch above their weight without breaking the bank, just wait till you meet the next one. It's lean, it's mean, and it's got long legs for the road less traveled. Number 7. KTM 1290 Super Adventure S. Alright, if the Suzuki V-Strom is the dependable scout, then the KTM 1290 Super Adventure S is the wild-eyed commander leading the charge. This thing is an animal, but a very smart, very refined animal. You've got a 1301cc V-twin engine roaring beneath you, and when you twist the throttle, it unleashes a fierce, commanding growl. But don't let the super in the name fool you. It's not just about raw power. This bike is loaded with advanced rider aids like adaptive cruise control, cornering ABS, lean-sensitive traction control, and a semi-active suspension system that adjusts on the fly. It literally reads the road and adapts your ride as you go. The 6.1-gallon fuel tank can get you about 400 miles of range if you're not constantly twisting that throttle to 11. Despite its size, it's fast and surprisingly agile, making it a thrill to ride on both pavement and dirt. Here's the catch, though. The electronics and menu system come with a bit of a learning curve. If you're not into high-tech dashboards and multiple rider modes, it might feel a little overwhelming. Also, it tends to run hot in stop-and-go traffic, which is less than ideal for city riding. Still, when you're out on the open road, or no road at all, this bike is incredibly hard to beat. And if all that fire-breathing Austrian energy has you craving something a little more laid back, the next bike on the list delivers comfort with a whole lot of class. Number 6. Indian Roadmaster. Now we're cruising in style, real style. The Indian Roadmaster is what happens when comfort, heritage, and pure Americana get poured into one serious touring machine. Big front fairing, big engine, big presence. This bike doesn't just turn heads, it owns the road. It's powered by the Thunderstroke 116 V-twin engine, and yeah, that name fits perfectly. You get torque for days, smooth roll-on power, and that deep, low rumble that just screams American highway. It's not trying to be the fastest bike out there, it's built to go far, in comfort, and with undeniable class. You've got a full touring setup, heated grips, heated seats for both rider and passenger, touchscreen infotainment, a power windshield, and over 36 gallons of storage space. Speaking of range, you can cruise for around 350 to 380 miles before needing to stop for fuel. Not the absolute biggest range, but you won't mind taking a break on this beauty. Now, for the downsides, she's a big girl, tipping the scales at close to 400 pounds dry. At low speeds, you're definitely going to feel every bit of that weight. Also, the infotainment system, while flashy, is a little slow sometimes. Not a deal breaker, but something to keep in mind. Still, if you want old-school luxury combined with modern comforts, this one delivers. But maybe you're wondering what happens when the Italians take a crack at long-distance power with just a bit of madness? Only a bit, yeah, that one's coming up next, the beginning of the top 5. If you're into this bike, just wait, the next one's even more exciting. Number 5. Ducati Multistrada V4S. Alright, buckle up, this one's got some serious fire in its belly. The Ducati Multistrada V4S isn't your grandpa's touring bike. It's fast, tech-loaded, and packed with attitude. Ducati took their MotoGP DNA and somehow made it work for long-distance rides. How? With a 1158cc V4 engine that revs like a sport bike but cruises like a tourer. You get adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, semi-active suspension, and a massive TFT display that looks like something straight out of a fighter jet cockpit. The range? Surprisingly solid, about 370 to 400 miles on a full tank, depending on how heavy your throttle hand is. The ride is buttery smooth and the handling is razor sharp, impressive for a bike this tall. The electronics? Honestly, top tier. But here's the catch. Maintenance can get pricey. You're not just buying a bike, you're buying into the Ducati lifestyle, and that comes with some engine heat. You'll definitely feel it in traffic, especially on hot days. It runs warm. Still, if you want a perfect blend of performance, technology, and long-distance capability, with that unmistakable Italian flair baked right in, the Multistrada V4S nails it. And speaking of performance, what if you took that fire and crammed it into something even more aggressive, but still ready to ride cross-country? Number 4, Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. Now here's a sleeper hit if we've ever seen one. The Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus doesn't get the flashy headlines like some of the big-name bikes, but man, does it deliver. Lightweight, sharp handling, and absolutely packed with tech, this bike features Yamaha's 890cc CP3 triple-cylinder engine. A true gem. It offers tons of low-end torque, a silky smooth mid-range, and just enough top-end punch to keep things exciting. You're getting semi-active suspension, radar-assisted adaptive cruise control, lean-sensitive ABS, and a rock-solid chassis. All that cutting-edge tech is wrapped up in a bike that handles like a sport machine with saddlebags. Depending on how hard you're twisting the throttle, you can pull in around 400 miles of range, which is seriously impressive. Speaking of fun, handling is crisp, twisties are no problem, and long days in the saddle, also no problem. Even the seat has been improved from previous models, offering far more comfort over time. Now, if you're coming from a big touring rig, the Tracer 9 GT Plus might feel a bit compact. And the wind protection? It could be better, especially for taller riders, but let's be honest, that's nitpicking. Bottom line, if you want performance, technology, and long-range capability in a leaner, sportier package, the Tracer 9 GT Plus is a no-brainer. And if that gets your heart pumping, just wait until you see the rocket from Germany that blends brutal power with surgical precision. If you think this bike is impressive, wait until you see what's coming up next. Number 3, BMW K1600 GTL, alright? Now we're back in luxury land, but with a serious twist. The BMW K1600 GTL is basically a rocket-powered recliner on 2 wheels. You want smooth? This machine delivers, thanks to its silky 6-cylinder inline engine that hums like a symphony. That powerhouse pumps out 160 horsepower, and it does it so quietly it almost feels surreal. It's weirdly fast for something that looks like it should come with a minibar and onboard Wi-Fi. Long-distance comfort? Off the charts. You've got heated seats, heated grips, electronically adjustable suspension, a power windscreen, and a top-tier audio system. Everything you need to cruise in first-class style. Fuel range is impressive too. You'll get around 400 miles on a full tank, which is no small feat for a bike this big and powerful. And once it's rolling, the weight just melts away. Cornering is surprisingly nimble, and highway cruising feels more like gliding than riding. Now for the downsides, the price tag. You're definitely paying a premium here, no surprise. And yes, it's a large bike. Parking, tight maneuvers, even just pushing it around the garage, you'll feel every pound. And if something breaks, BMW maintenance isn't cheap. But all that aside, this is truly one of the finest long-distance touring machines ever built. And if you think this is the peak of luxury and performance, just wait. There's more coming and I bet it'll blow your mind. Number 2. Honda Gold Wing Tour. DCT, this is the gold standard, literally. The Honda Gold Wing Tour with DCT is the Cadillac of motorcycles. Every long-distance touring list includes this bike, and for good reason. Its 1,833cc flat 6 engine is as smooth as they come. It doesn't roar, it whispers confidence. Twist the throttle, and it glides forward effortlessly. Pair that buttery smooth power plant with Honda's dual-clutch transmission, and your ride becomes almost meditative. No clutch, no shifting, just cruise and enjoy. The comfort features are next level, a massive cushioned seat, heated grips and seats, Apple CarPlay, an adjustable electric windscreen, a reverse gear, and yes, even airbags. That's right, this was the first production motorcycle to come equipped with airbags. The range is around 400 miles with ease, and you'll barely notice the miles stacking up. But let's be real, it's not perfect. This beast is heavy, about 850 pounds wet. So no, this isn't a beginner-friendly machine. Still, once you're rolling, the weight practically disappears thanks to its near-perfect balance and low center of gravity. Now the front end? Some riders say it feels a bit numb in tighter twisties. And if you're coming from a manual, the DCT does take a little time to get used to. But once you do, it's hard to go back. This bike was built to cross states with ease. Its comfort and tech are turned up to 11. But maybe you're thinking, what if I want something simpler? Something more stripped down and classic, yet still ready for a cross-country challenge? Oh man, we saved the big one for last. Number 1, Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports ES. Yeah, you knew it was coming. This isn't just a motorcycle, this is the motorcycle. When we say so good you'll forget to stop, this one defines it. It's built like a tank, runs like a dream, and has proven itself in the real world more times than we can count. We're talking about the kind of bike that eats miles for breakfast, asks for more, and never lets you down. Old school riders swear by it. New riders grow into it. It's the machine that turns everyday motorcyclists into legends. The Africa Twin Adventure Sports ES is the kind of bike that doesn't flinch no matter where you take it. Pavement, gravel, mud, mountains, coastlines. This brutal beast handles it all with confidence. Under the tank, you've got a 1084cc parallel twin engine tuned for real-world power, delivering smooth torque across the range. And thanks to the 6.5-gallon fuel tank, you're getting close to 600 miles of range. I mean it, that's not a typo. 600 miles. Now let's talk features. The ES model comes loaded. Electronic suspension, tubeless wheels, cornering ABS, cruise control, Apple CarPlay, and yes, even DCT if you're ready for that no-shift lifestyle. It's the tech-savvy adventure rig that doesn't hold back. Of course, there are some trade-offs. It's tall, not ideal for shorter riders, and it's not the lightest thing when you're deep in the dirt. But once you get moving, it disappears underneath you like it's part of your body. You just flow. This thing wants to cross continents. It's not about flash. It's not about bragging rights. It's about getting out there, going far, and loving every second of the journey. These are the top 15 long-distance motorcycles so good. Did we miss a bike that deserves to be on this list? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more motorcycle content, and as always, ride safe. See you in the next one.